In this unit, you will learn about price controls. A price control is a legally imposed limit on a price. When the government makes it illegal to sell a product for less than a certain price, we say that the government has imposed a price floor. When the government makes it illegal to sell a product for more than a certain price, we say that the government has imposed a price ceiling. Price floors and price ceilings are two forms of price controls. In the last lesson, you learned that people respond to incentives. When the government imposes a price floor, it artificially raises a product's price to a level that is higher than what the market would attain otherwise. In response to the high price, producers have an incentive to produce more of the product, while consumers have an incentive to consume less of the product. The result is a surplus of the product. More of the product is produced than what is wanted. Conversely, when the government imposes a price ceiling, it artificially lowers a product's price to a level that is lower than what the free market would attain. In response to the low price, producers have an incentive to produce less of the product, while consumers have an incentive to consume more of the product. The result is a shortage of the product. Less of the product is produced than what is wanted. Frequently, existing firms will lobby the government for price controls for the purpose of reducing competition and therefore increasing their profit at the expense of customers. In the United States, hairstylists successfully lobbied state governments to require that everyone who cuts hair be licensed by the state, and that to earn a license, each hairstylist must receive as many as 1,500 hours of training at a beautician's school. While not a formal price control, such laws reduce competition by artificially raising the cost of competing. In his 1989 book, South Africa's War Against Capitalism, the economist Walter Williams says that during South Africa's apartheid era, racist unions that would not admit blacks were the major supporters of higher minimum wages for black workers. In the words of one of the union's leaders, raising the minimum wage for black workers was, quote, the best way of protecting our white artisans. Williams' example also illustrates the fact that economic, social, and political interests are intertwined. People can use political and social power to gain economic power, and they can use economic power to bolster political and social power. As you saw in earlier units, in competitive free markets, prices reflect valuable information that give people the incentive to move society's scarce resources into industries in which the resources can be put to the best use. Price controls prevent prices from reflecting the correct information, and so result in society wasting its resources.